Hey, everybody. Hope you're having a healthy day and managing through this challenging time. And I am today sitting once again with registered nurse and health coach Elissa Erman. Today, joining me on another great conversation about us taking care of ourselves, us younger generation. So thank you, Elissa, for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, we're so glad. So, you and I were speaking regarding the challenges and what's being said on the news. And I don't see a whole lot where they're talking about building up the immune and taking care of your health. And I thought today's topic would be focusing on immune. So love for you and your advice to share with everybody about what they can do to help improve their immune so they can stay healthy during this challenging time.
Okay, great. When you had talked to me about doing this video, I mentioned to you that I was going to mention this in the video. It's just interesting that actually in February, before this really the pandemic happened here in America fully, I actually was multiple times a day speaking at senior facilities about the power of your immune system. So it is a topic that I'm really passionate about. I really like to speak to seniors about it. And I love the opportunity today to be able to speak with any age person about how the heck can we support our immune system.
Yeah.
And the first thing that I want to just kind of mention is we need to understand what the immune system is. And I like to just kind of come up with a way to, like a visual, to just explain it, make it real easy for any age. And I like to look at it as kind of our internal fortress or internal bodyguard that's there to protect us. And just like a physical bodyguard, if I had a physical bodyguard next to me, which I have my cat right here, Magic again, sleeping, he's a little bit of a bodyguard. But if I were to have a bodyguard, a human being, I would have to feed him a certain way, make sure he gets the exercise he needs, treat him a certain way in order for him to want to protect me. So it's interesting because if we think about how will we treat a separate person that could be a bodyguard, some of the ways, not all of them, but some of the ways are actually similar in how we can treat ourselves to help support our own inner bodyguard, inner fortress, inner immune system.
Interesting.
So I'll just jump on in, and I guess you want me to go through some of the tips that I would give to help support the immune system at any age.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. And, one of the things we talked about noon and immunity, and this is one of their products, Immunity. I'll put a link, by the way, in the description about this. And this is just a nice, easy way to dissolve their tablets right in the water, and then they're good to go. So, but yeah, please go ahead and how even myself, what can I do, what everyone else can do, and as well as foods and other things to think about taking.
Okay, so the first thing is just, it's important for us to have the belief that we can actually affect our immune system. And I'll tell you the truth, many years ago, my father would say to me how our thoughts actually could affect our immune system or our health. And honestly, I thought he was nuts. I thought it was a bunch of woo-woo craziness, that he's absolutely nuts. But the truth is I was wrong. He was 100% right. And the research shows this. The research shows that our thoughts, our words, our actions absolutely can have an effect on our immune system. This is scientific research from reputable sources like the Cleveland Clinic, like Mayo Clinic, like Harvard Medical School. It is universally accepted now that the way that we speak, the way that we think, the way that we act absolutely can affect our immune system. So positive thoughts can help create positive chemicals in the body, which can help support our immune system, and negative thoughts can do the opposite. So even if we don't want to be positive, or if it's really, really challenging for us, that's when it's super important to reach out for help, whether that's reading an inspirational book, whether that's working with a therapist, whether that's going to a 12-step meeting, whether that's prayer, spirituality, whatever, meditation, deep breathing, whatever we need to do to kind of shift our brain back to a positive track, it absolutely can affect the effects of our immune system, which can affect our health directly.
It's funny you're mentioning about being positive. No kidding. Today, my friend Alex, who lives in Florida, he texted me about, people that have, unfortunately passed from this virus. And I was telling him another story about someone else who's dealing with the virus. And he said that exact thing. He's like, Sid, it's so important that she stays positive and you stay positive, because it can have a big effect in depression on the person. So you're right on target. And that's so funny that he happened to have said that to me today.
Yes. And one thing that I really would like the viewers, your viewers, to really hear, it's really, really important. If you take anything from this video, let this be it. I mean, this is essential, truthfully. I'm going to talk about a lot of other really good information, but this is that important right now with what's going on. There are some people that no matter what they do, they just can't seem to be positive. They cannot seem to be hopeful. We need to speak into their lives with that positivity. We need to say, yes, mom, dad, friend, husband, wife, kids, whatever, we will get through this. And we need to try. Now, it's not our responsibility to shift them. That's theirs, okay? But can we do what we can to try to shine the light to help them? Because sometimes if people are so weak, sometimes we need to be strong for them. And then eventually they become strong and we kind of hold them up temporarily during this challenging time, okay? So we really want to try to be strong for ourselves, and we want to be encouraging to others, supportive to others, like we talked about in the last video. But just the way that our thoughts are, we want to take responsibility for our thoughts. We want to take responsibility for our words, and we want to take responsibility for our actions. Because in life, there's only 3 things you can control. Do you know what they are?
What's that?
Your thoughts, your words, and your actions. Nothing else.
That's true.
We can't control the stock market. We can't control our health directly. But we can indirectly affect our health by the thoughts, words, and actions that we do. So that's what I want to say about positive thoughts and just thinking positive and being optimistic. Now,
is Oliver sending some? It sounds like Oliver's sending some positive thoughts. Is that Oliver?
It is Oliver.
Oh my goodness.
My other
sending
cat
positive thoughts.
Is sending positive vibes to everybody. So one other thing that I want to mention just about thinking positive is that we're not robots. So we are going to have those negative thoughts. We are going to need time to process our emotions, process the negativity that we may feel, or wounds or traumas or just fear. So I'm just recommending, people need to allow themselves to be human, but we don't want to be stuck in that dark space because it's very, very scary. And it's certainly not going to support our health, which now I want to get into this. Why the heck do I care about being positive? I mean, how the heck does that relate to a virus that's going on? Well, what I can tell you is that inner bodyguard, we want to make as strong as possible. So if I come in contact with some type of virus, I want my fortress to be as strong as possible to be able to combat that or be able to, keep that away from me. Okay. So again, a natural way to help with that. I'm not saying it's going to cure everything. I'm not saying that, but a natural way that research shows can help strengthen our inner fortress is with these positive thoughts. Okay. All right, let's get on to the next one. The next one is exercise. Now, a lot of people don't think about how exercise can support your immune system, but it actually really, really can. Do you know how, Sid? I know you're big into exercise, but have you ever done any research on this part?
The only thing I could think of, it helps clear your mind into a positive thought. You get your blood flowing, the juices flowing, and I forgot what the word is, but it really helps. Endorphins. Thank you. Yeah. And it really does. And I know when I'm working out and, I'm tired and I go walking in my kangaroo jump boots, or I'm going swimming, or now I got my indoor bike, I could jump on that. It really does get you going. Or you play in tennis. And when I used to play tennis and I get so competitive and I just will get fired up and energized, and it really, does some great things to the body.
Yeah, absolutely. So it can help us get into a positive mindset. You're right. It can help us feel good, help us see things from a different perspective. But something else that a lot of times we don't think about with exercise in the immune system is that when we are exercising, hopefully we're sweating. And when I'm sweating, I'm releasing toxins. So what that means is this: if I have a certain toxic load in my body and I come in, if I have a certain toxic load in my body and my body has to constantly deal with that toxic load. So it's using a lot of energy to deal with that toxic load. Now I come in contact with some outside invader. My body only has so much energy to be able to deal with that because it's dealing with what's already here. Okay. So when I'm sweating and I'm exercising, what that actually does is that actually helps release that toxic load, lessen that toxic load as I am releasing toxins, which frees up more space and more energy to be able to fight off any type of thing that we need to fight off. So that's why a lot of the times when we're exercising, I think truthfully, this is a personal opinion. I'm not saying this is the truth, but I wonder, let me say it this way. I wonder if that's how it's meant to be designed, that it makes us feel good because we actually need to be doing it to help keep ourselves healthy. And that's why one of the things about exercise is we want to make exercise fun. And if people are being quarantined, how can you do that? Put on some of your favorite music. Do it while you're watching sports. I know it could be like sports from a year ago or something like that, or watch videos, whatever, dance with your friends. I mean, whatever you need to do, but it is important that we're sweating. We want to be sweating really every day, but if not every day, multiple times a week to help release those toxins and help our body have more energy to be able to fight off what we need to fight off.
Good stuff. Any short little bit talking about foods, things to really stay away from? I know, people are joking with Oreos and some of these other foods that aren't really healthy. Anything you could share about that and how that might affect negative energy and why it's so important to eat healthy fruits, vegetables, and other stuff?
So if I were to kind of sum it up, I'm just trying to think of a way to zoom out and be able to kind of cover everything and tie everything together. So the first thing is, if you were to look at the body, and everyone's body has stress. So we want to decrease the amount of stress that we have from outside circumstances as well as from internally, like our toxic load. Okay, everyone's got toxins. There's nobody that on this earth doesn't. I mean, we get toxins from the air we breathe. We get toxins from food. We can get toxins from digestive byproducts. So I could eat really healthy like I do, but I could still have toxins from the digestive byproducts. Okay, that's just how the body's designed. So to answer your question, the more unhealthy foods I put in, the more toxins my body's going to have to deal with, which means that most likely it will have less energy to deal with whatever the heck I come across or come against. So that's why, people that eat healthy, a lot of the times they have a glow to them. They have an energy to them. People are drawn to them a lot of the times because they have a vibrance to them. And a lot of that is because they don't have that toxicity weighing them down. That's building up in their tissues, building up in their cells. It's just not as toxic. So I just want to encourage everybody to do the best that you can, take the best responsibility that you possibly can for your health, which means staying positive, which means drinking a lot of water, which means exercising, eating healthy, staying active, okay, with our mind. So doing fun things to keep the fun going, whatever fun is for us, healthy and safe fun. Use your creativity, definitely connect socially, laugh every day. Laughter absolutely supports the immune system. And just try to do the best you can to create fun in this time that we have right now.
Yeah,
those
great
stuff. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
There are other things too that can support the immune system, but these are kind of the main things just that I wanted to cover today. And, these are things that we can do while people are being quarantined.
Great stuff, as always, from the one and only Elissa Erman. We're really looking forward to doing many videos on different topics. In fact, we love feedback on a topic that you might be interested, Elissa, talking about, so we can do that in the video. So please leave any comments below, what you might be looking for, and it will give us something to share, and she can share her wisdom. She's an encyclopedia of wisdom and knowledge. So thank you once again for joining me today, and we look forward to doing another video to help support you improving your life. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Elissa, thanks so much again.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care.